All right, what's up, everybody? Look, I wanted to make a quick video and just kind of talk about what we're seeing in the market right now. It's pretty interesting, and I think that we're finally starting to see a reset of the microcycle, and it kind of does give us a little bit of information about what we need to be paying attention to right now. So, as you guys know, one thing that I talk about rather consistently on the channel is that within these macro cycles, and a macro cycle is a big long-term cycle, like an entire bull market, an entire bear market, etc. There's going to be tiny microcycles, and those tiny microcycles will typically make up one macro cycle, right? Now, generally speaking, whenever we see cycles, macro or micro, they have the same sort of flow. The flow is, of course, Bitcoin, top alts, smaller alts, micro caps, meme coins, pre-sales, etc. You guys know all this if you've watched the channel for a while. And now, generally speaking, what will happen a lot of the time is that we're going to see, within the grand scheme of things, one of those little microcycles repeat maybe 4 or 5 times throughout the entire course of a full bull market. And what I've come to realize is I'm under the belief that we just saw the very first real, strong microcycle finish for this bull market. I mean, you got to think about it. We saw initially Bitcoin, of course, pumping to 72, 73K. I mean, breaking an all-time high, right? It didn't stay above it, but it broke the all-time high. Then we obviously saw Ethereum and many of our top alts like Solana and many others approaching all-time highs and doing extremely well. And then as that went on, a couple weeks later, we started to see some of the micro caps, or just the smaller alts within, say, the top 30 to top 50. Some of those start moving up towards the top 20 to top 15. And then on top of that, at the very end of what I believe was the microcycle, was we saw something like BOEM or Book of Meme, fly up out of nowhere to $1 billion in market cap within less than 24 hours. And since then, yes, although there have still been some cryptos that have done well, and yes, the market is still producing some winners, we're definitely starting to notice that the overall sentiment is not as euphoric as it was maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And that kind of tells me, just looking back on it now and seeing that, of course, after what happened with the blow off top from Book of Meme and all that, that we probably are towards the end of that little microcycle. And so what this means for us going forward, if I'm right, is that we need to be watching Bitcoin very closely right now. Because if Bitcoin is going to, of course, be starting the new cycle and the new microcycle within the macro cycle, it means that Bitcoin's likely going to make a move pretty soon that's going to dictate where the rest of this market goes. It means that the likelihood here is that now that Bitcoin has consolidated for a while and it has kind of calmed down for a while, we're probably going to see volatility pick back up. We're going to see volatility pick back up pretty soon here for Bitcoin. I would expect to start to see it making a move rather soon, within the next week or two, I would say, especially with the halving approaching. And I think it is perfect timing, right? The ball is back in Bitcoin's court right before the halving. It makes a lot of sense, right? And so what I'm just wanted to do is just make a quick video and let you know that if you've had your sights on altcoins or microcaps or pre-sales for a while, I would shift them back towards Bitcoin, at least just for a couple weeks, because whatever it does is going to dictate likely where this market's going to go for at least another month or a month and a half. And we can kind of use that to our advantage and prepare ourselves for the next moves, right? Say if Bitcoin starts to tank, it might not be a bad idea to take profits from many of the alts that are up still a lot from that last little cycle and funnel that into Bitcoin and kind of ride that wave a little bit. But say if Bitcoin starts to pop off, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to start to position ourselves into some of those top 20, top 30, top 40, altcoins and mid micro caps and stuff like that, because obviously those would then be next in line to see some growth. So the whole point of this video is just a quick little update. I'm out here just kind of enjoying the outside, enjoying getting a little sunlight and thinking about my approach and thinking about what I want to do. And I'm definitely leaning towards the thought that Bitcoin is going to tell us where this market's about to go. So we need to be ready to listen and to pay attention to what Bitcoin does. So I'll keep you guys updated, but just stay tuned and pay very close attention again to Bitcoin, because that's going to tell us what we need to do over the next few weeks, over the next few months. So of course, I will update you guys. Subscribe to the channel, like this video if you think this was valuable enough. I know it's just a quick little Saturday update. And of course, I will see you all next in the next video. Peace out, everybody.